Hi, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of this little show that I like to call Spill It. My name is Marcus, and I'm going to be keeping you company for the next few minutes until my guest decides to walk through the door and get here on time because, you know, I want my guest to be on time. This is a show where I get to speak to inspirational people and share some inspirational stories to connect people together, inspire others, and help people learn something new. This episode is no different either. This is episode 75. Keep your distance. And my special guest for the evening, YvngError, will be joining us at 7:10 p.m. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. When you get into here, when you'll start watching this, make sure that you do the three things that I always ask for. It is to like, share, and comment. The reason that I ask for these three simple things, I mean, you don't have to do them. It just helps me out. But the reason that I ask for these three simple things, the like and the share, is so we can push it up onto the algorithms of Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, so we become more watchable content, and it pushes it out to some random people out there that might think, oh, do you know what? This guy seems pretty cool. Let's tune in. And then we get to grow the Spill It community. And lastly, obviously, the comments. So if you comment, it means that you get to be part of the conversation too. We get to look at your comments live on air and interact with them as well. So if you've got questions for me, you've got questions for my guest this evening, or you've got questions just in general about life, then just drop a comment and let us know, and we will interact with them as much as we can do throughout the show. If you haven't checked out our other episodes yet, then you can do. All you ever have to do is head over to the Spill It website, www.spillit.uk, where you'll be able to find all other episodes. So that's all the other 74 episodes that we have done, including the season 1 finale episode party that we did with Dan Spragg and Adam Oakley as well. You'll also be able to catch all the other episodes, things like Joey Kramer from You'll be able to catch up with all the other episodes, like Joey Kramer from Flight of the Navigator. You'll be able to catch up with our episode. You'll also be able to catch up with Nathan Henry's episode from season 1. You'll be able to catch up with Vinegar Strokes from RuPaul's Drag Race UK. All of those and more over on the website. There is also links to the podcast as well. If you want to listen to this on your podcast while you're going out for a run, or you're wanting to listen to me and my beautiful voice while you're in the bath, or whatever you want to do, you can do that over on the website. Just follow the links, choose your podcast preferred method, and then click on that. And then, whilst you're there, leave me a review. Why not? Click on the podcast, leave me a review, 5 stars only. We only accept 5 stars here. Just FYI. Remember that. 5 stars only. 5 stars only. And then whilst you're there as well, you might as well subscribe. Do it. Do it now. You don't have to. You don't have to. It just helps me out. We're all one big family here. We're part of the Spill It community now. You're all teacups in my eyes. You just being here and showing your love and support is enough. I feel it. It's like little fairies flying around my head sometimes. I appreciate it. I feel it. I feel it out there. Anyway, I talk too much. I talk far too much. Get those comments and questions in. I am going to be absolutely loving this episode, and I'm sure that you guys will have plenty of comments and questions as the episode goes as well. This is going to be a good one. And make sure that you have hit that share button as well. Let's get some more teacups here and get them into the community. Okay, well, I'm a little bit parched right now. I think it's a little bit that doesn't even make sense, Marcus. Oh, God, let's try that again. Well, I'm a little bit parched out here, and I think it's time for a little bit of tea. That's right. It is tea time. It is my favorite part of the show because I get to tell my little bits of tea. I get to spill my tea. I get to talk my talk to you guys without, people interrupting. My guest gets like 45 minutes. I just get these 10 minutes. Just give me that time, guys. Just give me that time. That's all I want. Well, we're in the Christmas days now. Christmas is literally a couple of weeks away. How are you getting on with your Christmas shopping? Are you done? I am pretty much done, I think. I'm pretty much done. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much done. I don't want to buy anymore now. I think people have had enough. So yeah, Christmas is a couple of weeks away. How have the Christmas parties been? How has the Christmas shopping been? This weather has been freezing. I'm not a fan. It is like the Arctic out there as well. So no, I'm not a fan of this weather. But what about you guys? How are you spending Christmas? Let me know your Christmas stories. Drop them in the comments. Let's start talking a little bit of Christmas in this Spill It world right now. Do you know what? I was just thinking, actually. I was just looking in the background and I've just realized that I'm going to need like a Christmas tree, aren't I? I haven't got a Christmas tree. Okay. Who's going to donate a Christmas tree for me? I'm not the most Christmassy of people, so I don't own Christmas trees. So if you want to donate a Christmas tree, drop me an email. Let me know, and I'll send you the details. Marcus@spillit.uk, and we'll get me a Christmas tree up in this gig right here. Monster Mondays is happening as well over on Twitch. So as you know, we stream over on Twitch every single Wednesday for the podcast, for the live chat show, every single Wednesday via Twitch. But also now over on Mondays, we do Monster Mondays. So if you want to watch me playing some scary games and scaring the bejeebers out of myself as I play some horror games, I do like horror games. I just get scared very, very easily. And yeah, I've got some really good reactions over on there as well. So if you are into gaming and you want to, head over there, watch me get scared really easily, then just, head over to Twitch on a Monday and you can watch me get scared 7 o'clock till 8 o'clock over on Twitch. Yes. That is what you can do. I'm sorry, guys. I can't even speak today. I don't know what's going on. But yes, that is Monster Mondays. And of course, we have got Spooky Spill It as well happening. Make sure that you do head over to the podcast because you'll be able to listen to the hard work that these guys have really put in to creating you some really spooky stories and reading them out on air and editing them together. It's been a really, really good few weeks for them. And if you're wanting to be part of the Spooky Spill It stories, then make sure that you get in touch with me and let me know as well. Just drop me an email, marcus@spillit.uk, put in the subject line Spooky Stories, and you can have your story read out as well over on the podcast. Don't forget as well to sub that spill. So starting in season 3, there will be a subscription for the extra episodes of Spill It. So every week you get the Spill It normal podcast on every Wednesday. You'll also have Monster Mondays over on Twitch, but there's going to be this extra spill as well. So Spill It the extra spill, and that's going to be a subscription only podcast. So that is basically we're going to have special guests over there. We're going to be doing deep dives into loads of different stuff, basically talk about the things that you want to talk about as well. It's going to be a subscription only podcast. So it's going to be available for people who subscribe over on Patreon and of course subscribe on the podcast as well. For more information on that, head over to the Spill It website, www.spillit.uk, and just click on Become an Official Supporter, and you'll be able to find ways to join the official Patreon where you get bonus episodes like this, or you can join the actual subscription for the podcast, and you'll get all of these bonus episodes as well. All of that and more. Just make sure that you get in touch if you've got any questions, or just head over to the website. I've made it really, really easy for you. Just head over there. Head over there. I built that website with my heart. Do it. Not my literal heart, but, I put a lot of time and effort into it. And I've made it really, really easy. You just click a button and it takes you where you need to go. Just do that, But yeah, all of those extra episodes are going to be available only for the subscribers and the official Patreon customers as well. So, if you want to have those episodes in your inbox, then, head over there and become an official supporter. That's all I can say. That's all I can say on that. And that was my tea. Okay, I've been talking your ear off for around 10 minutes. It is time to bring out my special guest for this evening. I can't wait for this. It's going to be really, really, really cool. I know that you guys are going to really enjoy it as well. Here he is. It is the gentleman of the hour. It is the legend that is Mr. YvngError. Hello.
How are you doing? You're right.
I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. It's a pleasure to be on the show this evening.
It's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm so happy to have you on the show as well. I'm really looking forward to it. Really, I'm getting forward to I'm looking forward to hearing your story and knowing a little bit more about you. And the best way that we can learn a little bit more about you is if we play a game. Are you ready to play a game with me today?
Yeah, go on then.
Let's do it. This is the little game that I call This or That. This or that. For the viewers at home, YvngError was just like, oh, like dramatic. Oh my god!
I love the little video clip, man. It had me there. I was like, whoa.
Love it. This or That is a game that I play with my guests. It's a nice little icebreaker. It's a nice little getting to know you game. I'm going to ask you two things. Would you rather this or would you rather that? And it is as simple as that. Do you understand the rules?
Yes.
I mean, I can't make it any more easier than that, really. You know, you either answer this or you answer that. It's as simple as that one, really. But let's start. And guys at home as well, whilst you are watching this, you can play at home as well. Make sure you plug those comments with what you would choose, either this or that. And we'll go through them at the end as well. Guys, if you are listening to this on the podcast, unfortunately, I can't see what you are saying. And I can't hear you because you are listening to this on the podcast. But feel free to shout out in the car as you're listening to this. Just don't cause any accidents. That's all I can say, really. Are you ready to play then?
Yes, mate. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Asking questions or answering questions?
Asking.
Asking, okay. Netflix or YouTube?
You know what? Netflix, YouTube's just a strange place these days.
Mobile games or console games?
Neither.
Neither? Not a gamer?
Not a gamer, man.
So you will be watching my Monster Mondays every Monday over on Twitch, will you?
I might do just for you.
Football or basketball?
Football.
Nice. Work hard or play hard?
Work hard.
Jogging or hiking?
Hiking.
Oh, okay. You're a bit of a hiker.
Oh, I just don't like running, man. It hurts the old kneecaps.
Intelligent or funny?
Funny.
Okay. Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Train or plane?
Plane.
And your last one for the evening. Iced coffee or hot coffee?
Iced coffee all day long.
Nice. Yes, we can be friends now because you said the correct answer. Well done. You win. That was This or That. Thank you, everybody, for playing at home as well. I can see all the comments coming through. It's amazing to see you all playing at home too. Okay, well, I mean, we've been chatting offline quite a while now, and so I know a little bit about you. I now know even more about you, especially, you know, with the answers that you've given. But for everybody who doesn't know who you are and wants to know a little bit more about you, who the heck are you?
So my name's YvngError, and that's spelled with a V. So it's YVNG and then error. I'm a singer-songwriter from West London, and basically through lockdown last year, I decided I got a bit bored, so I picked out the guitar out of the old cupboard, and I said to myself, I'm going to just start writing songs and see where it goes. And that has been pretty much the start of how YvngError was born.
So it all started because of the lockdowns, essentially.
Yeah, man, it was almost like it was, just like given to me to start writing. I used to play guitar when I was younger, but I kind of packed it up, then got into skateboarding, did that, got into media, and then lockdown happened. I was like, all right, how can I use all this creative energy in a different way that's just more about, you know, doing it not for myself, but also I can share to other people. So the idea was like, right, maybe can I sing? Can I not sing? Can I write? So I started experimenting, got a little set up in the house, and written the first song last year, and it all kind of spiraled since then.
So what was your first song that you wrote?
The first song I wrote was called, it was part of an EP, it was called Mindless Wandering, and the first song was called Ecstasy, which was about a, you know, your standard breakup song with like the reference to getting dropped like ecstasy. It was quite a cool.
I quite like that. I quite like that.
Yeah, and then the two other ones that followed that first song were called Box and Sometimes, which I think all three of them actually had some radio play literally last year when they came out, which was mad. And then I did a music video for the Box song, which was about being like trapped as we were in lockdown. Did that, and then, you know, I kind of got the drive, and I haven't stopped since, man.
That's amazing. So you wasn't like part of a band or anything like that prior?
Nah, mate. I literally, you know, like the idea of a band, it wasn't, because I couldn't go out anyway. You couldn't really even network like that if you wanted. So I just quite like, you know, being able to, what's the word? Like get rid of some emotion and feelings that you have like, as a man as well, especially, you know, in this day and age, the whole mental health thing. It was a nice way of just releasing some like toxic energy, but into a creative manner, which I think's quite for me, it's been absolutely fantastic as an outlet.
That's amazing. What was it like to hear? Because you mentioned that your songs were put onto the radio. What was that feeling like?
Mate, it was weird. Like when I heard the main one that got played a lot was this song called Sometimes, which was just about like finding yourself, losing yourself, just genuinely like, and it was a summary kind of song. And then when it got played on the radio, I was kind of just sitting there like, you know, I've never really done music before like this on this level of production and trying to even release it. So to hear it on the radio, it was kind of like, I was mesmerized, to be honest.
That's brilliant. Oh wow, like that must have been so weird. Like just being able to like hear yourself on the radio, but like obviously with a song. I mean, I've been on the radio myself, as in like a host. I was a radio host for a while, and to hear myself on the radio like as a host, that was great. But to hear like a song that you've written, that you've sat down and you've like put pen to paper, you've done absolutely everything on that. That must be something else. That must be a feeling beyond words, really.
Mate, honestly, that's a fantastic feeling hearing on the radio. But I guess the thing with hearing your music on the radio, you don't actually get to. I've never got to feel anyone's real reaction, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get that actually.
Playing it live, but obviously I'd never even be live. I'd literally been in the bedroom just creating music. So the next chapter obviously was learning to play live.
So when you first started out, you mentioned that you thought, you know, a nice little creative outlet for you. You put pen to paper, you started writing songs and things like that. Had you done any form of either songwriting or poetry or any form of creative writing prior?
The funny thing is, before writing music, I hated writing. Like at university, writing would be my weakest thing. I failed pretty much every single essay. Like it was not. I've never liked writing. It was a strange thing to happen. But I've always been into creating and media and, you know, like photography, videography, things like that. So yeah, the whole writing thing. But now I love it. Like I have a notepad. My room is filled with paper everywhere, mate. There's literally just scraps of paperwork and the lyrics just spread everywhere. It's fun.
So tell me about your writing process then.
So usually when I like go about writing a song, it'd be pretty much, I don't know, I'm working on a song at the minute called This Is London, and I'm currently working on Covent Garden on like a Christmas stall thing, just pouring pints, observing. So I'm quite like a visual person, so whenever I'm seeing things, that kind of like wraps into my head as a memory, and then I'm kind of like using the guitar and then the words that I've written down, and it kind of just all forms together, which is really fun to then get to the end result, because it's like, wow, I had that idea from that to this. It's like,
So cool. I get the creative side of things. So I do a bit of choreography outside of everything else that I do. And yeah, I can like literally just get inspiration from absolutely anything. I could be literally walking down the street and I'll hear something. It'll be like a little jingle or whatever. And the way that my brain works is that I've already come up with like a full choreography to what that is and whatever. I could be literally listening to a song and I can create a music video for that song. It's just how my brain works. But so yeah, I get the whole finding the inspiration in the littlest things as well. It's definitely a gift that you've got. And yeah, so what happened? So you see when you were locked down,
Yeah.
you thought to yourself, do you know what? I'm gonna get my guitar, I'm gonna start writing things. What happened then? Because obviously, I mean, you essentially it's
there was a joke.
massive.
There was a joke, yeah, mate. There was a joke. So basically, like before lockdown, I was working for Amazon and working for a lot of freelance companies doing my media. And there's this one time I snuck on stage, I was backstage at a festival, and I got in. I don't know if you've heard of it. You've probably heard of Example, yeah.
Yeah.
I think everyone's heard of Example. So I saw him backstage, and I was like, right, I'm going to take my camera, just pretend that I'm working there. So I got on backstage, ended up chatting with him in his little like private booth thing. Got onto the stage with him, and then he just let me come on. It was at that moment I was like thinking, oh, do you know what? I could do something like this. And then obviously that was what I said to myself then. But then obviously lockdown happened. I was like, why don't I use that thought that I had then and do the whole thing? And then I said as a joke to my friends, I was like, you know what? In a couple of years, I'm going to try and get to Glastonbury. They're like, no, you're not, Mitch. And I'm like, yeah, I will. So
but
it's just been.
So what happened then? What happened then? What was the next step? Like where did it snowball?
So through summer last year, I did a music video for the Box one. That did really well. Filmed that down in Bournemouth with 3-dimensional media. We then did another one, and then there's a company called Mass Records in London, which is it's funded by the government, but it's part of Universal Records.
Okay.
They do like a year scheme for like aspiring artists. So people can sign up for it. They check out your stuff. If they like what you're doing, they take you on for a year and basically just give you a bit of support, studio time, things like that. A lot of industry like lectures and stuff, which was, I think when I got to that point and then met the people and they gave me the confidence to be like, right, look, you've done this much in this such a short time. Just go out and do it. Like it was amazing.
That's so good. So what's next then for you? What's happening right now?
So right now, I think, the last few months have been mental, mate, because I'd never played live. It got to, obviously things only opened up back properly, like just, I think, I can't really remember when, May or whatever. I started doing open mic nights in just all around London. I did some open mic nights, eventually got to play Water Rats in London, which is like a pretty prestige place. Oasis have played and things like that. I've done that, and like right now, it's just more gigs. So next Friday, I've got another one in Shoreditch, in Old Street at the Workshop. So it's another big night. It's all like ticketed and all that drama. So I'm just working towards that right now. And then I've got for a charity on that Sunday, I'm going to be filmed for Rising War Child. I don't know if you've heard of that. It's a charity.
No, I've not heard of that one.
Basically, it's so for people who are out in the war, like the kids and that, it's a charity that sends money over to like protect the kids and obviously give them a better.
Oh wow!
So I'm gonna do this like 30-minute live video with a company called Hotfox. They're gonna film me in this like beautiful little studio. That's then gonna get put online and people can then like donate for the charity, which the money then all goes to that. So that's the things at the minute. And then there's a big thing that's happening next January. I'm off to Los Angeles.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Why are you going there?
So I've got a few bookings out there already. I can't disclose those right now. I'm heading out there for 4 weeks actually, on a little tour with another friend called Cerulean, who I met at that Mass Records place. So we've called it the Brits by the Beach LA tour to California.
How has that made you feel from like working as like a little freelancer, working for like Amazon and places like that, doing like media stuff, never really thinking that you could do something like this, to then suddenly you're going to be flying over to Los Angeles? Like what's that feeling like?
I mean, that feeling, mate, is fantastic. All the hard graft right now, like I'm working, I think, to help obviously fund it. Right now, as we all know, the music industry is in a right bizarre place.
Yeah.
But I'm literally doing like 13-hour days, just pouring pints, and it's good fun. I meet a lot of cool people, but the grind is hard work. But like everyone knows, the harder you work, obviously the more you can play, I guess. But yeah, man, I'm buzzing for it. It'd be nice to just get away, and it'd also be nice to take the old British music out to America because I think they love it out there, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. What would you describe your music as then?
I would say it's very like that kind of like 90s Brit pop, Brit rock vibe. It's just very like it's very stripped back, as in there's not too much funky stuff. It's very much just me guitar. When I obviously on the recorded songs, it sounds like I have a band, but I'll just get a drummer to do some drums, bass guitars. It's not trying to be too funky. It's trying to just keep like the listener happy, engaged, and all the songs kind of I feel like they tell a story from like when I've started to where I am now to obviously what's next will come. But yeah, mate. So just keeping it real and keeping it British.
Who would you say are your biggest influences?
So Ben Howard is a guy
from
the UK. I have him tattooed on my arm, actually. This is some of his lyrics.
Nice.
Depth over distance. So that was a cool one. He's one of my favourite. Dermot Kennedy, Irish singer-songwriter. He's the one on there. The 1975.
Yep.
You've heard of those. Obviously, Matty Healy's amazing. Oasis, love Liam Gallagher. I think he's hilarious. Stone Roses.
That's quite a lot then. Quite a lot of the inspirations.
Yeah, man. And then obviously all the classics: Rolling Stones, Queen. All the big bands. There's even the hardcore stuff. Like I love a bit of death metal, a bit of Slipknot, things like that.
Yeah, that's more my type of music there.
Yeah, man. Let your hair down stuff,
Yeah, definitely. Are there any plans for you to, whilst you're obviously in the UK, because we can't stop you from going over and jet setting over to LA, but are there plans for you to come up north to us northern monkeys here?
Mate, well, that's actually like it's in talks at the minute. I'm trying to figure it out. So I've kind of played as many places in London at the minute where I've been happy playing. Obviously, January's just around the corner, so I'll probably do LA, come back, and then hopefully be able to reach out up to you guys to some venues up there and be like, look, I've done LA, done a little bit in London. It'd be really cool now to come and play up north. And I've got some family up north, so they'd actually be able to come and see me as well. So it'd be quite.
Oh, well, there you go. See, there's every reason to come here now. You can't forget us northerners.
So if you know anyone knows anyone, let me know, guys.
Yeah, definitely. Make sure you get in touch, guys. If you know anybody that might be able to house this one over here, let us know, and we'll make sure we pass on the message.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic,
man. With regards to your music, then, who would you say you would love to collab with?
Oh, mate, that's a big question, isn't it? Oh, I reckon.
Like, who do you think is going to like really vibe with the music that you've got, and then you'd be able to do a huge collab with?
I mean, to collab with Liam Gallagher would just be amazing. And I reckon it'd be a lot of fun as well.
I definitely think it would be a lot of fun. I think it would be definitely wild.
It would be, I feel like that would be. But the Dermot Kennedy guy, he's quite modern. He's quite upcoming. I feel like that would be something that's really cool. And he's got like a really nice Irish voice, just mixed in with quite husky. So it'd be cool to to mix that with the British vibe. That'd be interesting.
What about anybody who, anybody at all, whether it be living or dead?
Amy Winehouse.
Yes, we're like best friends now. That's it.
Mate, honestly, like she was a legend, mate. Like I spend a lot of time down Camden in London, and the Hawley Arms where she used to drink, and I go down there quite a bit for a few beers. But she's an icon, and fair play to the woman. And it sucks, doesn't it? But she's actually this tattoo here. This one here, mate, is a 27 club.
Oh wow!
So it's for like all the artists that have obviously
Yeah.
passed. That's my little concept. So yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. She was an absolute legend. I absolutely love her so much. I've got like a hand drawn portrait of her like in the living room. I think she's an absolute icon. And yeah, it is a shame.
Oh mate, amazing.
But yeah, she gave us so many great hits as well. Really, so much good music and inspired so many people as well. So yeah, I have a
100%.
lot of respect for her, and yeah, I'm so happy that you mentioned her. It's it's definitely amazing. So when can we expect like an album or anything from you?
Yeah, mate. So I'm planning an album now. It's all written basically. It's just a matter of like production, gigging, and everything. It just takes time.
Yeah,
So
of course.
I'm kind of playing on 2 names for the album. It's either going to be Definitely Tea, which I'll let you guys know, or Gold Roses. So I'm thinking probably Definitely Tea and play on the whole Brit culture thing.
Yeah, I quite like that.
And then I think I'll probably do 9 songs for that one. But I'm in the middle of finishing a couple more singles just to release before I go out to LA. So that's going to be cool. But that probably won't get done realistically till like next summer. But that's the goal, man. I'm hoping to get it done by next summer and have the first album out. Because I think I've released 12 songs in the last year and a half. So that's been pretty good progress. But the album's definitely the dream to get done now. And then be like, yes, got the first one done.
So your music where is it available to stream?
So it's available on Spotify. It's available Apple Music, Amazon Music, Deezer. It's pretty much available on. I can't even remember how many there is. I think it's like 39 different platforms it's been released on. But you can if you go on Google and just type in YvngError, YvngError, and then error, spelled error. It'll there'll be a whole list that comes up now, which is pretty cool.
And what's been the reception?
I mean, yeah, mate. So the first EP I think it's had now over, I think it's like 70,000 streams or something on Spotify,
Wow.
which I honestly thought I was probably going to get like 5 streams. And then a few more have come out. They've had a few 10,000s and things like that. And YouTube, the videos have had a couple of thousand hits. I don't really know the other Apple Music and I haven't even checked that, but I think it's probably got a few on there. And the newest EP that just came out called Keep Your Distance, that's just started picking up recently, which is nice. Sometimes it's, you never know what the reception will be, but now it's picking up, so it's a good thing. Everything takes time.
Definitely. With regards to your journey so far then, so it's been quite like high flying since you started then, and obviously because you've put in the work for it as well. Has there been a time where you felt like it wasn't going to be this successful, or was there a time that you felt like maybe you should stop or whatever?
Every day, mate. Every day I just want to stop, but you just got to keep going, man. There's I think a lot of musicians, not just myself, it can be a really dark place. It's quite especially just as a singer-songwriter on your own. You're having to manage your time. You're having to manage like your health. You're having to manage just simple things, sleeping, going to your gigs. It can become overwhelming, and the feeling of going and playing live and then it all being quiet, that's really stressful, and that's when you just want to be like, now you're chasing the high, as you say. But yeah, mate, it just keep going. I think that's what drives me, just the next stage. So I always try and think, right, I've done that, what's next, and try not think backwards too much.
Yeah. Have you ever felt like you've been a bit of or that you are a bit of an imposter in the way that you don't deserve all of this stuff that's happening right now? Like, can it be really? This can't be happening to me right now because it's just me, if you will. That's what I mean by like an imposter.
Yeah, mate, 100% is definitely, like, well, obviously just even going and playing live and then people being like, oh wow, you're doing really good, and I'm like, really? I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just slamming some chords and talking shit down the microphone. But if you're enjoying it, something's working.
And how do you shake that off? How do you shake off that imposter?
Just have a pint.
Simple as that, really. Just have a pint sorted.
Yeah, just try not to overthink it.
What advice would you give to somebody who is maybe trying to, jot some things down? Maybe they thinking that they want to do something like this. What would your advice be?
I honestly would just say go for it. Like, the only person that you can ever really with this kind of journey, it's all down to you and what you want to do. So if you believe if you want to do it, put in the time, put in the effort. Just research all your favorite artists. Try and follow what they've done successfully. Take it on board, and don't. I think the biggest thing is don't try and set your goals too ridiculously high. Like, obviously, not gonna. I've said silly things. Like, oh yeah, I want to get to Glastonbury, but I mean, that is ridiculous. It could happen, but don't go too high so you have too much pressure on yourself. Just set little goals, chase your little goals, and then eventually move up. And just enjoy the journey, because I think the journey is the best bit.
Yeah, definitely. With regard, because obviously you've dropped Glastonbury there. Have you thought of, or are there plans maybe of festival playing in the future?
Yeah, mate. I feel like with this, so I'm working with this company at the minute who's doing a bit of they're setting up the events for me now called Hotbox. They've said, I presume if I work well and I get the right people turning up to show, there is potential chances to get to maybe Isle of Wight in the smaller the smaller tents where they have introducing artists, things like that for next year. So yeah, man, I guess that ideally I would love to play any festival anywhere, all over the whole UK. If it's even in the smallest tent with nothing but a goat, I'd go and play to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we have Kendall Calling up here. Kendall Calling's a really good festival, and I think they're accepting applicants now, actually. So just bear that.
I'll have to check it out, mate.
Yeah, they normally post things on the social media, but then also on sorry, but also on the website. They post things on the website for anybody that wants to come and play. Then you submit your music, your work, etc., and then they review it and then just invite you.
Yeah, man. I feel like that's definitely that's kind of that's the goals for next summer. I would really enjoy taking, because I think now I've got a good hour set of solid original music. It'd be nice to now take that whole set and perform it to a crowd in the sun.
You definitely have to keep us informed with any festival stuff, because I'm a massive festival goer, so I will be there. I'll be at the front. I'll be waving my little flag.
Yes, mate. That'd be amazing.
Throw you a pint.
That'd be perfect. Nothing wrong with that. That would be amazing. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really looking forward to seeing what's next as part of your journey and how it all evolves, essentially. It's going to be really, really cool. It must be so surreal for you, being part of this roller coaster.
It is, man. It's like this. It's up, it's down, it's up, it's down, it's all the way up, and it's down. But with every high, there's a down. So
yeah, definitely. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, that pretty much takes us to the end. Is there anything that we haven't discussed that you would like the opportunity to discuss now?
I think we've pretty much rounded up all what's coming up, the events that are coming up. So I think, yeah, it's been good, bro.
Brill. Well, for those people who want to know more about you, know about your music, maybe give it a listen, a cheeky like, or subscribing over on Spotify or whatever, where can people find you?
So you can find me on Instagram at YvngError Official, spelled with the V, YvngError Official. Facebook, YvngError Official. Instagram, I've already done Instagram. So Spotify, YvngError. All the music platforms, it will be YvngError. And Google, you can just type in on Google and you'll be able to find all the corresponding links there, which will be able to direct you straight to where you can follow what I'm up to and check out the music. And if you like it, give it a listen. If you don't like it, turn it off.
After listen to it all the way through and then don't listen to any more.
Or at least just listen to the 30 seconds so I can have the stream.
30 seconds and then just switch it off.
That'd be great.
But yeah, I mean, I've had a listen. I absolutely love it. I've already started following on Spotify as well. It's you've got some really really good music there. You've got a really good natural talent as well, and you 100% have got success coming your way. And I'm really glad to have had you on this show before you make it the big time, and you can't do a show as small as Spill It too.
Gosh,
But no, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show as well. I'm just wondering if you've got some final thoughts for people today.
Final thoughts. I've forgotten what I was going to say now, but life is short. Keep it sweet and enjoy what you're doing, and don't stress too much. And if there is any other problems in life, always talk to other people around you. That's probably a good little pointer.
Definitely. Thank you so much for sharing that. And now at the end of every episode, I give the guests the opportunity to give a quote. Now, it can be something that they stand by, live by. It could be something that they've heard that they just really like, or it could be something that they've made up and they just think, you know what, that's my quote, and I'm going to wear that like a badge. And I'm just wondering if you've got a quote for me and my viewers and listeners today.
I do have a quote, but I have forgotten what my quote was. We'll go with this one. Oh, there it is. The mind is most free when it's left wandering. Take
nice.
What you want.
Well, I'm going to ask you actually. Why is that quote important? Why, what does that quote mean to you, and why is it important?
I think what I mean by that is basically, if you're having a bad day or something's not going quite right, just stop for a second, just clear the mind, and then you'll have a sense of like tranquility, where it's just empty all the thoughts out, just breathe for a second and realize that life's all right.
I love that, to be fair. And you're right, because when you start, there might be a little small problem, and it might just pop inside your mind, and you can either let that manifest into all of these massive molehills, if you will, or mountains, sorry. You can let it grow and grow and grow, and you can then attach other things onto it, and other thoughts and other feelings and other people's thoughts and feelings, like what are other people going to think about the situation and whatnot. And you just let it grow and manifest into this huge toxic thought, if you will. Yeah, exactly. And that's what happens when you don't, you basically just let it live there. And what you're saying is just stop, take it easy, let it go, because there's bigger things to worry about, essentially. You don't need to worry about these little things.
Go for a walk, go and look at some nature or something, and you'll be like, oh, it's all right.
I love it. Thank you so much for coming on today's episode of Spill It. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on, and honestly, I wish you every success in the future. You are going to be you're going to be good. You're going to be one to watch in the future. So yeah, I can't wait to see how your journey evolves and grows. And yeah, it's going to be brilliant. Make sure you don't forget about us.
No, I won't, bro. Don't worry about that. We're coming backstage, mate.
Yeah, definitely. Have me there. I'll be recording live on Spill It backstage. It'd be awesome. Yeah, I'll do it. Just invite me. I'll be there.
Still shake hands.
There you go, guys. There you go. There's my hand. There you go, guys. So we've it's now official. So I've got a job. See you later. But no, thank you again. It's been an absolute pleasure. You are now free to say your goodbyes.
Peace out, everybody. Thank you for listening, and thank you for joining the show.
Thank you so much. See you soon.
See you later, man.
Bye-bye. Wow, there you go. What an episode that was. Oh, make sure you go and stream his music. Honestly, guys, it is so cool. Make sure you go over. I mean, I've been listening over on Spotify. If you listen on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you want to listen to it, head over to your preferred streaming platform and just go and give it a listen. It's proper British. It is proper British music. That's what we're all about, especially as Northerners as well. Make sure you go and support him. Go and support the work that he does. It is really, really, really good. You'll really enjoy it, honestly. And then let me know what you think as well. Make sure you head over to my email inbox and drop me an email and let me know what you think of his music. And I'll make sure that he gets those messages as well. Well, that is the end of the episode. We're nearly at the end of the whole season 2 of Spill It. We have got just 3 episodes left until we are at the end of the season. We're going to have a season party, I think. I didn't want to say that yet. But it's too late now. The cat's out of the bag. But yeah, we're going to have a season party as well, just like we did at the end of season 1. But you're going to have to wait and see of who my special guest will be for the season finale party. But yeah, for now, I'm still looking for you guys to get in touch and let me know what your favorite parts of season 2 were, your favorite episodes, your favorite guest, and what Spill It has done to help inspire you and help you learn something new as well. All you have to do is get in touch with me with your contact information, and I'll drop you a little phone call. We'll record that phone call and play it live on air. Or if you're wanting to actually come onto the show, then you can do that as well. I'm looking for just 5-minute conversations with anybody at home who has been listening to this or viewing this at home, whether that be the live shows, after the live, or the actual podcast as well. If you've been involved, you've been wanting to, or you're wanting to get involved, then just get in touch and let me know. The best way that you can contact me is via my email address. It is marcus@spillit.uk, or you can get in touch with me via social media as well. Anywhere there is a social media platform, you'll be able to find me by just searching for spillit_Marcus. On to that, by the way, my name is Marcus Wright. When I don't do this, I run a coaching business called MW Coaching. That's Marcus Wright Coaching, mental wellness coaching, where I teach people how to step out of their own way and to start telling themselves that they are worthy, that they are good enough, and to hush that little inner saboteur that tells them that they're not good enough. Well, I'm there to say that you are good enough, and I just give it a little bit of guidance just to kind of shut that little inner saboteur up. All that and more over on the website, www.spillit.uk. That's where you can find everything to do with Spill It, and of course, everything that I do outside of the Spill It world as well. Over on there as well, you can find different ways to support me. You can buy merch. You can head over to the merch store where you can buy yourself a nice little Spill It hoodie, Spill It hat, Spill It t-shirt, or you can buy a little bit of extra merch as well over on the website, such as pin badges, etc. There is another way that you can support me as well by joining the official Patreon or subscribing to the actual podcast itself. You do subscribe and you do become an official teacup over on Patreon. You do get bonus episodes starting in season 3, and it is literally just £2 per month. That is it. It's less than a price of a cup of coffee. If you spend a cup of coffee like once a week, you could have donated that to Spill It to keep this platform growing and getting better and, growing the community. And you can get lots of bonus stuff as well. You get little bits of Spill It merch sent to you free of charge. You get discounts off extra merch. You get the bonus episodes, and you get to be part of the Spill It community over on Patreon as well. All that and more over there. Just go over to the Spill It website and click Become an Official Patreon, and you'll be able to become a little teacup. And you get your name in the credits as well, which you'll see at the end of today's episode. So you get your name in the credits too, being called out as an official teacup. Ooh, yes, that is it. Thank you so much, everybody who has been so attentive in today's episode, who has dropped all of your comments. We've loved absolutely reading every single one of them as well. It's been such a pleasure having you. And until we spill it again, it's bye for now. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Spill It. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is the perfect time to do so. Spill It goes live every week on Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And a special thank you to these amazing teacups.